What's up, gays, straights, and other days? It's Mally. I'm back with another episode of Lady in Mystery, and we are in the middle of an ambush, so let's get right into it. Sangwon Kim got ambushed without any warning. He tried to avoid it, getting furious on the low wooden bench, but it was so sudden that he couldn't do anything to stop them. I'll complain to the Poshung, you bastards. The Poshung is here, motherfucker. How dare you come to Yongbon's house like that? Sangwon Kim couldn't even think about going down to the yard and stamped his feet in anger. When I looked around, the house was so big. The big gate was connected to the yard of a detached house, and there was a large servant's quarter right next to it. It was quite sad that he's the only Sangwon when he's living in this luxurious house. Given that he planned this crime, it's not like he chose the path to become a scholar over a government official. He was just too stupid to get a job in the government. Oh no. Hey, Mr. Sangwon, what are you doing to complain to us to the Poshung? When I came forward with my hands folded on my back, Sangwon Kim's face got frowned. He's so bothered by me who's smuggling in front of him that I'm just a failed Yongbon. Well, of course, it's the policemen now. They came to Yongbon's house and... Don't get too upset. There won't be anything to complain about. Sure you know clowns named Nansei and Budla. Woo-sung, get the wanted posters. Yes, brother. Woo-sung came running with the wanted posters he just drew. Woo-sung has always been good at making or drawing something. He'd draw anyone so easily once he sees them up close. When I showed them the wanted posters of Nansei and Budla that Woo-sung drew, Sangwon Kim freaked out and stood back. These girls confessed that you asked them to kidnap a guy. I don't know. I've never even seen those girls. How? But Sangwon Kim's attitude was not the attitude of someone who really doesn't know anything about it. He's just distracted since the policeman rushed into his house all of a sudden. Usually the Poshung doesn't take the case of Northern Village Yongbon, so this kind of situation rarely happens. But since even Commissioner General is interested in this case, it wouldn't be that bad to take a risk and try it. Oh, and Woo-sung? Show him his wanted poster too. He looks just like the poster you drew based on what you heard at the fortune teller's alley. Show him how good you are at drawing. Sure. Wait, do we actually get to see them? No, of course not. Woo-sung searched his pocket and pulled out Sangwon Kim's wanted poster that I used for interrogating Nansei and Budla earlier. Oh, we actually do get to see it. Okay. He drew it based on what he heard in the fortune teller's alley. Ugh. The wanted poster Woo-sung drew looked exactly like the real Sangwon Kim. Big nose, drooping eyes, 2 moles on the left cheek and thin beard, and long drooping ears. It was the picture of Sangwon Kim in anyone's eyes. Longsub didn't know what's going on, looked back and forth at me and the wanted poster. You drew this at the fortune teller's alley? Then the policemen who were searching the house shouted, Here's Lee So-ma. Wait, they actually found him? Sangwon Kim's face turned pale as policemen carried nearly killed Lee So-ma out. Wait, he's like half dead? What? Policemen checked if Lee So-ma is still breathing and then nodded. They said he's still alive. Well, then get him to whatever the equivalent of a hospital is for right now. He's not dead yet, but it seemed that he was starved to death in the storage because Lee So-ma's mouth reeked the smell of a dead body. Yikes! His intestines must be damaged. For a while, the house was chaos with some of them going to call the doctor and some of them getting water to feed Lee So-ma. In the meantime, Sangwon Kim was stiff as a rock and didn't say anything. Are you still going to insist that you're not the main suspect who kidnapped Lee So-ma? Even when the guy was found in your house? You're not really fighting me though on this much, bro. If you just follow the policeman to the Poshung, I won't reveal the details here. As a thoughtful consideration for the Northern Village Yongbon, I managed myself not to explain the details. Instead, I sent the policeman on the wooden floor. But Sangwon Kim still hasn't given up and started yelling at the policemen and kicking them. How dare you put your dirty feet on Yongbon's floor? I don't know anything about that. I don't know why that guy's in my storage. He even started to say nonsense and glared in his eyes. But since it came from the mouth of a Northern Village Yongbon, it has a certain amount of power. I didn't need to be considerate anymore for him. Well, if you don't know anything, I'll explain why you kidnapped him. With my stern declaration, everyone in the yard stared at me. Everyone, including the servants of this house and policemen, was looking at me. When I heard the palanquin stopped at Northern Village, I suspected that it might be the case of making a virgin a widow, and there is a virgin widow that we have just collected. Which is an activity based on superstition where a daughter is told to have a divorce and the second marriage in her life. They kidnapped a guy, made him spend the night with a virgin, and then killed him. And technically that daughter became a widow, so they thought that the daughter's real marriage can last long. This is called a virgin widow. What? Okay. Sure. A virgin widow. It doesn't make sense at first glance, but it was already quite popular among parents who have an older daughter who has passed the marriageable age. Sometimes there are girls born with the fate of having 2 husbands by first husband's death. Can't be solved by an amulet or exorcism. There's only one way to solve this problem. It's by kidnapping a guy in a bag and forcing him to sleep with a virgin, then starving him to death and burning the amulet. What? Okay. And the virgin becomes a widow and her bad luck disappears. I guess. Making a virgin a widow? That gross custom among young bonds to avoid the fate of 2 husbands or whatever? Ugh. It was so certain that Lee Soma was randomly kidnapped. Could have been anyone. Whoever the suspect was, their accomplices were girls. The circumstance was really odd. Those girls kidnapped a guy and left him at Northern Village and came back. Hey, think about it. If a young bong like me wanted to kidnap a guy, I would just ask my guy servants to do that. Why would I ask girls to do that? I don't know about that. Those filthy lowly girls lied to you. Do you think we don't know anything here? There's one condition for making a virgin a widow. A guy who's going to die for a virgin widow shouldn't be a virgin. They say if you kill a virgin guy like that, he's going to hold a grudge and seek revenge. What, by haunting? Okay. Really delving into superstition here. When he hired Nansei and Budla, he must have asked them to spend a night with him. That's why he hired girls to kidnap him. Nansei and Budla didn't say anything about that part. Maybe because they were ashamed of what they did, or they didn't do what they were told. I'm thinking it's the latter. Considering Nansei and Budla's personality, there's a high chance that they didn't do what they were asked to do. Asking girls to kidnap a guy? One question arose from this situation. Why girls? Also, a kidnapped guy was left at Northern Village. I inferred from the situation that these 2 facts can be involved. Then I searched through the fortune teller's alley. I asked around if there was any girl who had the fate of 2 husbands among the clients who they recently consulted. Oh, that's the girl they were... Okay, things are kind of making sense now, I think. I don't know. This is the most confusing case I've ever taken. And there was one fortune teller who knew about that girl. Yes, he said the first daughter of Sangwon Kim got that ominous fortune. She was engaged, but she found out that she had that fortune. Oh, that's your kid? Oh, this is even worse. He said Sangwon Kim came to ask about her fortune himself, so I asked him about his appearance. This is what I drew based on his testimony. When Woo-sung pulled out the poster again, Sangwon Kim sank down to the wooden floor as if he just gave up everything. Well, he basically did. Wong-sam threw a tantrum and pulled out the rope. Gosh, sir, there's no need to talk to him anymore. Those girls, Namul and Boodle, were... Come on, Wong-sam, they were key witnesses. I already saw the poster and confirmed it, and Lee Soma was found in this house. What more do you need? I won't let you get away with this. You bastards! You're in big trouble now. Sangwon Kim screamed loudly when dragged by the police. With that fuss, the door of the main building was opened and then closed again. It would have been a girl who spent a night with Lee Soma last night. Putting fortune aside, she won't be a widow in her life, ever. Because she won't be able to get married in the first place if her father became a suspect of a murder case. Oh. Well, that really sucks for the daughter, jeez. The next day, I heard news that Lee Soma completely recovered consciousness. And Lee Soma's parents sent us tuck, oil, and honey pastry and grain syrup. Oh, JUHEE will like that, I think. Wait, no, it's Castella she likes. Never mind. Well, she'll probably still like the tuck, too. I opened bundles of gifts and smiled widely. Wow, this family has a sense of humor. That guy, what was his name? Jae-ho? That little kid's father didn't even thank me when I got him a job at the Poshung. Wait, I haven't heard that name in forever. Is that the Jae-ho where, like, okay, if you haven't seen my previous episodes of, like, when I did the main story before we unlocked the love interest, this is, like, way towards the beginning by now. But, JUHEE and I actually went along to solve this case where there was this woman who sold her son to the leader of the Gamgai gang, I think it was called, so that she could like get some money or whatever, or something like that. Something along those lines, whatever. The point is she was selling her kid, but we managed to save him and we set him up with a better life. So that's who we're talking about here. I know, it feels like forever ago. I almost didn't remember. He must be too embarrassed to come since he suspected his wife for no reason. He could have just sent me gifts like this. Wait. Oh. Jae-ho isn't the son. Jae-ho is the father that suspected his wife of cheating when in reality she was selling her son all along. Okay, I confused it for a second. Sorry. Or money. Tuck was amazing. I guess they made it by themselves. People care the most about things related to their children. That's how parents' minds work. Parents' mind. I feel like I'd get depressed again when I thought about it. That's right, because we don't have any of those. Oh, hi, JUHEE. Long time no see. Then JUHEE stuck her head out from the back. Come to think of it, we haven't even talked to each other since they ran into each other at the fortune teller's alley, since everything was so chaotic. Stop switching between first and third person, it's very confusing. We finally got to rest for the first time today when we got back to Junghoso now. I gave a tuck to JUHEE. JUHEE bowed and got the tuck, unlike the usual. Did you just bow at me? You never bow at me, what is going on? You have a fever, girl? But there's no way JUHEE would bow to me on purpose, so I naturally assumed that she just lost her balance for that moment. Yeah, I'll bet. Anyone can lose balance anytime. Oh, right. Why were you at the fortune teller's alley yesterday? Isn't that the opposite direction to the tavern? When I asked her lightly, eating tuck, JUHEE answered calmly. Calmly? Since when? Come to think of it, she's been so calm since a while ago. You starting your weird flirting scheme early. I'm on to you. I went there to get some more amulets. Amulets? What amulets? Haha, it's private. JUHEE? JUHEE, what the? Ho ho, it's private? JUHEE tilted her head in a very nice way that I've never seen from her before. I finally started to feel scared. JUHEE was smiling way too softly in a way that I've never seen from her before. I fucking love how a horror track just came on immediately. Suddenly I got goosebumps on my body and the tuck choked on my throat. Wasn't sure what she's up to, but she came close, grabbing her skirt carefully as if she was confirming that I wasn't mistaken. Mr. Hisu, you're going to lose your appetite if you eat sweets too much. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Fucking just talk to me. Oh my god. I would take your sass over this. This is weird. Stop. Stop. Just until a few days ago, she looked so depressed and didn't even answer me. And now she's completely recovered and became confident again as usual? No. She seemed like she went back to normal, but something was different. But I couldn't tell what was different just by a glance. When I caught her eyes, JUHEE tilted her head and gave me a refreshing smile. Welcome to Mappo Port! What? Okay, I'm guessing that little symbol means it's a special, like, route-only episode? Okay, reviewing for the JUHEE episode 8 has been unlocked. Okay, so we have been doing special route episodes. Great, cool. What are you doing, JUHEE? Alright, now what? Jeez, I can't wait. Okay, JUHEE's point of view. Are we gonna get some explanation for what the... What? Wait a minute, where are we? What is life? Okay, hello. Oh, I should have gone on a little longer last episode. Oh no, we're starting a new thing. God damn, I'm sorry. I have no gauge for how long these things are. Alright, here we go. Where the hell are we and why? Are you sure this book is the most popular one? JUHEE kept asking over and over again while counting some coins and handing them over to the rental of the bookstore, which is a new term for us. Rental bookstore. It got popular as novels written in Korean letters got popular. Rental bookstore encouraged the development of vulgar fiction. Bookstore owners usually applied oil on the paper so the books wouldn't get worn out. Wow, I wonder why the pages would get worn out. Probably for the same reason Playboy magazines get a little too sticky. What are you doing here, JUHEE? She has never borrowed a dirty old book that's been on many people's hands before from this kind of place, yet why are you doing it now? I thought a rental bookstore was gonna be like, oh, cool, cute, kind of like the older equivalent of a library. Adorable, but then again, we have a library. We have Leader Kong's library. So what the fuck? Okay. But she couldn't afford to buy all the books she wanted to read. JUHEE, you naughty girl. Of course. You'll want to see volume 2 and 3 once you finish the volume 1. Huh. He's such a smooth talker when he's just dividing one book to several books. Maybe he was watching other clients and then went out of the rental bookstore. Okay. There were new titles were attached to the cover by the owner. Private Love Story, Korean, became The Real Couple Scandal in Korean, and Windy Love became A Wild Contemporary Woman Hunting the Guy's Heart. Wait a minute. Wait, no. Are you reading these to fucking... Are you reading these to learn how to seduce me? JUHEE, stop. That's like watching porn to learn how to have sex. Oh, God. You know it's just fiction, right? Please don't use these tactics on me. JUHEE, I already like you. Just be yourself. This is weird. The bag of books was dangling at the tip of her hand on the way back home. I'm never gonna let you hear the end of this if I find out, okay? As soon as she came back, JUHEE almost ignored Makwa when she greeted her and rushed into her room. You naughty girl. As planned, she skipped the unnecessary part and started reading the necessary parts quickly. No! She is reading these for instructions. JUHEE, no! JUHEE, no! I'm calling this episode How Not to Flirt. Oh my god. No! This is terrible! No, this is a terrible idea. Oh my god. A noble guy from a wealthy family surprisingly likes to be treating roughly. You're just calling noble guys bottoms. Okay. If you just slap him and went away, he might think you're special since you would be the first and only woman who's ever hit him. No! Do not encourage abuse. What the hell? That's abuse. Don't do that. Do not walk up to somebody you like and just fucking slap them. Don't do that. Like, you can be flirtatious or whatever and like do like a banter back. Do not hit someone. That's abuse. But on the contrary, for a guy from a poor family, you have to be nice and keep showing interest. I hate this book already. Slap? JUHEE got startled and looked at the cover again. Oh no, do not actually try JUHEE, do not try this. This is not gonna go well. It is a book about love. No, it's not. No, it's not. If you... Listen, obviously it's different if you're like practicing BDSM and all of that, but 1, you have safe words for that. 2, you've talked about it earlier. And 3, it's not just someone you just met. You need to get consent first, otherwise it is abuse. JUHEE, do not try this. JUHEE, please no. Ugh. What's with these contents? I'm not sure, but Kim Hee-soo doesn't have money, so a manual for a wealthy guy wouldn't fit him. Okay, good. You're not gonna slap me for once. Haven't we slapped each other before? Like, just one of like these like, stop being a brat. Like, okay, that's fine. That's playful and that's gentle and it's not supposed to hurt, but good, good. You're not gonna outright bitch slap me. Good, thanks. Thanks. Were you considering following that? Oh my god. He has a nice personality, but his self-esteem is too low. He's lazy and he doesn't know how to keep dignity. Stop describing me. Except I don't think I'm lazy. I think I'm a workaholic. But other than that, stop describing me. But would it work if I was just being nice to him? Would that leader Kong is also being really nice to him? You're assuming that that hasn't been affecting me very much, so JUHEE, and it certainly has been. My lovely viewers can attest to that. Actually, didn't I just like lose all ability to speak the moment I first saw leader Kong? Did I have an affair with this goddess of a woman? Holy hell. Oh god, I'm such a terrible person. Damo might have some competition. Hello. Oh my god. He didn't even respond to Saeyeon's beauty when I saw him the other day. I most certainly responded. But okay. Nah, I'm gonna say like each route is like an alternate reality because I will not like be like a so-called like heartbreaker, playboy, whatever. No, every one of these routes is an alternate reality. And because in my first alternate reality, I romanced Saeyeon, JUHEE was my best friend, but now the roles are reversed because I feel like Saeyeon and I could be good friends in this life too. So she's my best friend. Well, not my best friend, but like a good friend, because I still feel like the energy with JUHEE and I, like, she can be my best friend and my lover. In fact, that's usually the best case scenario, actually, so Saeyeon's still a good friend is what I'm trying to say. You have to show interest and be nice in various ways. And one day, you should be really cold to him all of a sudden. Why? Why? Throw this away, JUHEE. This is not gonna... And the guy will start to follow you from that day. Does that actually work? Has that worked for anyone in the history of... Don't do that. Don't do... Okay, any of you at home, like, I don't think any of you will be taking this advice, but don't do that. Because any decent guy or girl or whoever the hell you're flirting with, any non-binary person is just gonna be like, oh, you're not interested anymore. I will respect you and leave you alone. Not chase after you like some fucking... Don't take any of this seriously. Don't follow this advice. This is terrible. You shouldn't push him away at first and then pull him. Remember, pull first and then push him away. You can just keep pulling. Like, I get the playing hard to get thing, but don't like turn ice cold all of a sudden. Come on. Whatever he says, just smile at what he says. Okay, so turn into a robot. To make a guy like you, the shape of your mouth when you smile is very important. You have to show all your teeth and just show the edge of your gum. Just smile because you feel like smile. What is this? Raise the oral angle and smile widely. I hate this. But if your mouth is small and looks petty, don't open your mouth when you smile. JUHEE's a petty bitch, so maybe. Just raise your oral angle and smile. What the fuck is an oral angle? Is that like the curve of like the corners of your mouth when you smile? You just have to... Do I look petty? Am I angry? Is this how you smile? Am I doing it right? Am I gonna get all the boys? Oh my god. God, I fear. If this is the manual for dudes, imagine what the manual is for seducing girls. Oh god. The fuck is an oral angle? What is this book? JUHEE, do not follow this advice. Please, no. JUHEE pulled out an old mirror stand that has a broken mirror on it and looked at her face. It was quite embarrassing to say it herself, but she looked so pretty with or without a smile. Okay, anyone with eyes can see that. You're pretty. Duh. She's adorable. Look at that smile right here. This smile is adorable. You don't have to like change that at all. This is cute. Look at your cute little face. Please don't follow this terrible advice. I mean, of course, I was the prettiest in Northern Village. JUHEE turned her head right and left and smiled subtly. Then she heard coughing from the back. When she got startled and looked back, Hee-soo and Woo-sung came back already and was standing at the open door of the room. Hot in the act. Oh my goodness. Can we grab the book and teaser about it, please? You should make some noise when you come back. I mean, you were so into the mirror. By the way, what you got there? It's nothing. Doesn't look like nothing. JUHEE hurriedly closed the door and put it under her skirt. Her face was turning red. Oh my god. If you want like a really funny route, like seriously, just play JUHEE's route because it is the funniest route I have played. I know I've only played 2, but like after so much angst from Seoul, like this is so good. She almost broke the mirror stand when she closed it and then realized how ridiculous the things from the books are. Be nice and smile often. To that, Kim Hee-soo? Okay. Hey. I thought they were ridiculous because the techniques are stupid in general, but just because it's about me? Hey. When she looked back, Hee-soo still seemed doubtful and was tilting his head. Oh my god, that's so good. I was so not expecting that at all. Like, what the heck? That's so funny. Oh, new episode. Yes, episode 9. All I can do is just watching you. Okay. So what, we're gonna pull a Twilight and have a staring contest forever? Okay, cool. Oh, my point of view. Lovely, we're returning to Captain Oblivious, which is honestly me all the time. JUHEE has changed since the last case. Ever since I saved Lee So-ma at Mapo Port, everything about JUHEE's changed from her attitude to behaviors. She smiled often and became so cooperative. She started complimenting me a lot? It was a good change technically, but the problem was the sense of incompatibility. It seemed like she was doing all this on purpose and didn't mean a word of it. Mr. Hee-soo, you look especially pretty today. Oh, your hair is so soft as well. Don't pet me, you weirdo. Stop. Can I go out alone today? Since when have I asked your permission? What are you talking about? The fact that you're thinking like that makes me sad. I hate this! JUHEE, come back! JUHEE, come back! This is terrible. Come back. Oh my god. Oh, let me do the sewing. What is happening? What is happening? Ouch! What is happening? Oh my god. Oh my god. I groaned with pain thinking of the past days. Juhee was not just being crazy, but secretly reading weird books. I couldn't even see the title since she covered the book cover. I asked her what this book was about, and she screamed and hid it. Now she's reading alone again at Junghuso. It was those books she already reads. I take back about what I said about taking a break for a while, Woo-sung. We have a case. When I whispered, Woo-sung's eyes got bigger. A case? But no one requested anything from us. I'm gonna make her... Are we gonna investigate the case of what the fuck is Juhee doing? Because that is so... Oh my god, yes. I'm gonna make a request now. I need to know what the fuck is up with Juhee lately. Oh my god, yes, I knew it. I gave a sign to Woo-sung with my eyes and pushed the chair. I got worried she might want to follow, so I got up quietly, but I caught her eyes as soon as I got up. Then Juhee tilted her head and smiled with her eyes. Are you going somewhere? I haven't noticed since she was always mean to me, but Juhee has an especially pretty face, even among Northern Village ladies. Well, how long has she been living with you? Yes, of course she's pretty. Duh. She looks so different when she smiled with that face. What, did she raise her oral angle? Oh my god, stupid. Of course, I know the look of people changes based on the person's personality. I was just dumbfounded in looking at Juhee, who's completely different than usual. Juhee carefully got up and approached us. Then she bowed to me and Woo-sung. Stop bowing, it's weird. Stop doing that. No, we're basically equals even though you're so high and up your arse all the time. Like, stop bowing to me, this is weird, I don't like it. She even seemed dignified when she pressed her clothes on her chest with her hand. Have a safe trip. Who are you and what have you done with Juhee? I know she's pretending, but this is weird. I mean, yes, cool. It'd be great if she was nice to me sometimes, but like of her own accord and in a way that like makes sense with her personality and because she wants to. This is weird. This fake, creepy, weird bullshit. Oh my god. Woo-sung didn't answer either and just looked at me. But Juhee didn't even care and went back to where she was sitting. You don't want to come with? I'm gonna make the same request. Oh, Woo-sung. My baby brother. I was looking at Woo-sung's shocked face and stepped out of the door first. I was overwhelmed and couldn't breathe inside. When I got out to the alley, then I felt relaxed. As soon as we came out, I could hear the door being locked from inside. Juhee, I know what you're doing in there and stop reading those books. Stop. Juhee closed the door. It's not like she's going to take the client alone, so it was natural, but it felt like she locked the door more hastily than usual. If only you knew. As we got out to the marketplace, I turned towards Woo-sung. What is wrong with her? There's no cure for crazy. What should we do? Remember, there had always been lunatics every so often when we were young. Don't know where they came from, but they always had a flower on their head and kept talking to themselves. Oh, we're assuming she's gone crazy. Oh, that's so good. Listen to this track. Dang. I've said it a million times, but I love the music in this game. Right, then all the kids in the neighborhood were poking her and harassing her. Whenever there was a lunatic in the neighborhood, Woo-sung used to take them outside. My hometown Busapli was quite a rural area, but there were some lunatics coming to our village every once in a while. What is this, like, uppy anime opening? What the heck? Sometimes my mathematician father used to feed them and took them outside the village, and sometimes Woo-sung shooed them away. Woo-sung had seen a lot of lunatics, and now he started doubting Juhee's mental state. Why don't we give her a flower and see if she puts it on her head? I heard they change so slowly that no one really notices at first, but then they suddenly become insane. Okay, first of all, one of like the key ways to like, well, not a key way, but like one way to flirt with a girl is to like put a flower in her hair. So like, and also flowers are meant to be worn in your hair. Come on. That's nonsense. Or it also happens when people are possessed. I love how we're like, Juhee's being nice. Something's wrong. Saw it a lot since my mother was a shaman. People act so differently before they get possessed. I'm so scared. Alright, then let's go to a place I have in mind first. And if we don't find anything, then let's go get some flowers. Place you have in mind, my lady? Yes. I want to go around the nearest rental bookstore. Oh no! We're about to find her out! Oh no! And don't call me my lady, call me brother. Brother. The book JUHEE was reading this morning. When I looked at it, it was very old, like she borrowed it from somewhere. So I think we could see where she borrowed and what book she borrowed when we asked around the nearest rental bookstores. Ah, you're right. Woo-sung nodded at my conclusion. Well, the thing is, don't those places usually have like a whole no disclosure thing? Isn't that a case? I don't know. Considering JUHEE's personality, I don't think she went to the nearest one. I feel like she would go to the second or third nearest rental bookstore. We've been dealing with scoundrels who lie all the time or even kill people. It's so easy to figure out what a noble lady would have thought. Woo-sung and I skipped the nearest one and headed to the second and third nearest rental bookstore first. Oh my god. It was just as I thought. As soon as we entered the rental bookstore with a red sign, I could feel that we're in the right place just by the cover of the books here. Those books were covered with new titles written on the covers just like the one she was reading this morning. I approached the owner of the rental bookstore and waved my fan in the air. A while ago, a girl with this height, a pretty face, and a bit sharp eyes came here and borrowed the book, right? The owner got scared and shook his head first before answering us. Yeah, don't they have a privacy policy? Oh my god. No, I don't remember. Change of plan. Actually, that girl was my sister. That little kid just asked her brothers to borrow some books similar to what she borrowed last time. Let's see. I'm not familiar with the market price. Is this enough for borrowing one book? I pulled out one young, pretending I don't know anything. It was about 30 times higher than the usual price. When the owner saw the money, he changed his attitude right away. Yep, cause money talks, and talks real loud. Yes, I think I can remember her now. Oh, can you now? You're talking about the girl in a pink skirt with a pigtail, right? So what book do you want to borrow? That's what I was gonna ask you, since I don't remember. What book did she borrow last time? I think I need to know that first in order to borrow something similar or at least sequels of the book. Oh, wait for a second, sir. The owner of the rental bookstore came down from the ladder and started searching through the ledger with excitement. There was a list of people and what book they borrowed in their handwriting. JUHEE wouldn't write down her real name, would she? And after flipping a few pages, we could see the familiar tidy writing of JUHEE. Even when borrowing from a place like that, she signed her name in elegant cursive like a true northern village lady. You used your real name? Honey. She is not good at disguising it all. Yeah, well, have you seen her and Woo-sung investigating shit together? She doesn't know what subtle means. Oh, here it is. And before the owner even told us the title, Woo-sung and I read the title out loud. The Real Couple Scandal? A wild contemporary woman hunting the guy's heart. Yes. A love story between men and women is the most popular genre these days. I mean, everyone has lovers regardless of social status, am I right? I heard a 15-year-old Yongbon from Northern Village who has been living with geese saying young wool for 2 years. 15? Ew, yucky, don't like it. I know it was common in that time period, but still gross. All the guys and girls in their age are. Oh my gosh. So my sister borrowed this. I can't believe this. Huh? What? How could a girl read these kinds of filthy novels? My gosh. I should go talk to her as a brother. Huh. I got mad as if I was a brother worrying about his sister and went out of the store as if I was shocked. He's probably so mad that we didn't pay him. Then Woo-sung was huffing and puffing and followed me as if he was running away. Oh, we all are. The owner of the rental bookstore followed us out and shouted, "You said you were going to borrow books!" But we quickly hid in the alley. Oh no, I didn't think it would be this easy. I thought you were really gonna spend one yang and was surprised. Am I crazy? I wouldn't pay one yang to that kind of place. By the way, the titles of the books JUHEE borrowed. I mean, what kind of lesbian borrows that kind of book? Told you, she's definitely possessed. Okay, fair enough that like they think this is out of character for her too, especially because they know she's a lesbian and like it's about a guy as well, so fair play, but they thought she was insane even before, so. Or maybe she has a crush on someone. I was devastated by what I just said and stopped. If she started to have feelings for someone, that must be a woman. What if she borrowed that kind of book because she couldn't get a book about a woman liking another woman? Oh, that could also be the case too, like if I didn't know what I know now, obviously. Like, that is a fair point, because like, especially given how taboo this topic was considered around this time period as well. So that actually is a viable option. Even after making a conclusion, I got so flustered that I had to think over and over again. If JUHEE has a crush on some woman, that must be someone around her. What if JUHEE has a crush on someone we all know? I mean, if you're about to say that she has a crush on our Damo, come on. Can you really blame her? Seon's so fine. Oh my goodness. Then what should we do? Woo-sung? No way. Woo-sung noticed what I was thinking and shook his head with a smile. What do we do? What do we do about this? Well, if we were going under the assumption and if I didn't have the information I do, I'd say just let her be. Let's find out who she has a crush on, brother. But, I mean, women around us are only... Makwa, who's still... Yeah, hey, no, we're not even going there. Damo Seon from Poshang, Songbon's leader, Kang Yurin. Well, I certainly have a crush on her, but I doubt JUHEE does. And only Jumo, who we haven't seen yet, so I really can't say. No matter which one of them is JUHEE's crush, it couldn't be more shocking. Really? Really? I mean, come on. Makwa's not an option because she's a child and we don't do that. She despises Yurin, clearly. And then Jumo we don't really know much about. I feel like Seon's like the only viable option if we were like to actually take this seriously because come on, she's been so nice to Damo, like constantly. She leans in close to her all the time. Like, honestly, I think they'd be such a cute pair together if like we don't end up together. They'd be adorable together. Like, come on, that'd be so cute. Because she can't stand Yurin and Makwa's a child and we don't know anything about Jumo, so... When I think about everything again slowly, I can see everything very clearly now. She was just sitting and smiling for no reason, being nice to other people unlike herself and complimenting other people. Her face got prettier and she's putting more effort into her appearance lately. It was all because she was falling in love. Aww. If only it wasn't an evil scheme to try and break my heart. It's pretty clear if you think about it. How come I didn't notice it before? It was even harder to not notice it. Woo-sung and I sat next to each other, supporting our chins with our hands and took a glance at JUHEE. Should we just ask who she likes? She's never going to tell us. Yeah. Don't you think so? Yeah, that's true. When I took a glance at her again, I caught her eyes. Then JUHEE smiled brightly with a book on her hand and tilted her head. She even waited for me to see if I had something to say to her. When I shook my head, she nodded and went back to her book. Okay, regardless if we think she has a crush on someone else, this is still weird. Woo-sung was watching it and then gave a sigh. Her attitude got better because she's in love. Doesn't she have to be nice to me as well? She doesn't even talk to me now. I feel like she's looking at me angrily more often. At least she's not picking a fight on you. Maybe that's the nicest she can be with you. Oh, why don't we take her everywhere? We can pretend we have some business with them and take Shim JUHEE to Leader Kong and Damo from Poshang. No, don't take her to Leader Kong. Stop. I can't focus when I'm in the same room as her. Don't do that. You could watch her reaction and see which one is her crush. Well, then it's gonna look like it's Seon because she can't stand Leader Kong. Oh my god. That's a good idea, but like I just said, she's staring at me angrily a lot lately. She kept staring at me even when we're doing nothing and just staying in the room like this. Maybe it's because she's having a hard time trying not to pick a fight with you. Well then, I'll carry JUHEE around. What, like on my shoulders, piggyback style? Okay. Aren't we about the same height? I know Seon's taller than me. Leader Kong is definitely taller than me. Oh my. Anyway, oh my god. You should secretly follow us from a distance. Secretly follow you? Wait, why does he have to come with if we're just checking for a reaction? I can just tell him later. Yes. I'll watch her in the close distance and you should watch her facial expression, her body language, and distance between her and other people. Then we can complement each other's blind side. I guess. Well, you're right. Woo-sung nodded heavily twice and whispered. But I think it's Damo J Seon. Yeah, so do I. Like, if this was actually a viable thing, so would I. I could sense there was something between them when I saw them last time. Seon? Well, it's possible. I mean, who wouldn't? Then should I go to Seon later? Might be easier to see her with other people first to compare. I decided the order in my head, like Makwa, Leader Kong, and then Seon. Why are you even considering Makwa? Makwa is a child and that's gross. Then I went to JUHEE with a little pressure. Miss JUHEE, since we don't have work, I was thinking of stopping by at Songdong and getting some stuff. Do you want to come with me? Normally she would scream, why are you keep bothering me? I'm reading now. But JUHEE hesitated a little and then got up right away. Sure, Mr. Hisu. Stop being so agreeable, it's weird! I thought you were gonna be mad at me for going there. Don't you hate Leader Kong? No, liar. I wanted to stop by at Songdong anyway. She told me I can come talk to her anytime if I have any worries in my mind the other day. Huh? Leader Kong. Have you met alone with her before without telling me? Are we not supposed to meet alone? No, that's not what I'm saying, but when I got surprised and turned back, Woosung's eyebrows were raised already. JUHEE was meeting Leader Kong without us knowing about it. It was one time, and it's not the way you think it went. I didn't even think about it. What if Leader Kong was the reason JUHEE started to read weird books? Hey, just because she has lesbian smut in her library. Oh yeah, just a quick refresher. In Leader Kong's library, there's like some clearly like lesbian fiction there. Touched my cheek, imagining the scary scene of two intimidating women sitting side by side and smiling. Oh my god. You're a woman. Woosung, you should stay at home. There might be a client, so I'll go to Songdan just with JUHEE. As I said that, JUHEE's face got so much brighter. Stop it, this is weird. She smiled so wildly when I told her to go to Songdan with me. I was just going to carry her around and see who she has a crush on. I know it probably means like, oh, we're gonna walk together, but I'm just imagining like them walking over to Songdan with her like piggyback style, or even like carrying her bridal style. That's so fucking... That's so good. But when I think that JUHEE might really like Leader Kong, I get anxious. Let's stop by the tavern and tell Makwa before we go to Songdan. Sure. You're not even gonna fight me? Stop it, JUHEE. This is weird. Stop. This is weird. JUHEE was so docile that I didn't even have to convince her. I told Woosung about some hand signals and then got out of Junghuso with JUHEE. I'm worried. Oh my god. Oh hey, Flute. Wow, did you just say you're going to Songdan to get my new sleeves? Yes. Since she was always doing a lot of chores, her sleeves were always so old and shabby. Well, actually, I think she has one of the cutest outfit combinations I've seen. Like, look how cute this little yellow fit is. So I asked Leader Kong to get me some indigo cotton cloth. It's actually past the date I was supposed to get it, so it's a good excuse for me to go visit Songdan. Ooh, wait, so you're just gonna cut off the sleeves and sew on indigo? That'd be such a cool combo. Oh my goodness, Makwa gets new clothes for my ulterior motives. And while I was talking with Makwa, JUHEE was just looking at Makwa in a lovely way as usual. I'm happy for you, Makwa. Yes, my lady. Are you going with him as well? Yes. You should show me first when you make new sleeves, all right? When I saw you sewing up holes in my skirt, your sewing skill was much better than mine. I was shaking my head at the way she talks. JUHEE usually looks at Makwa as if she is the most adorable girl in the world. Look at that face. Come on. I mean, I'm not technically fond of kids, but Makwa is adorable. Of course she is. She's so cute. Other people might be surprised at how she looks at Makwa, but it's just the same as usual to me. As proof, Woosung, who was exchanging signals with me from a distance, wasn't surprised or suspicious at all. Woosung took the book JUHEE was reading before and was reading through it. Since it was in Korean, Woosung could read a little. Let's go, Mr. Hisu. And JUHEE smiled nicely at me again as if I am Makwa. Don't say it. Don't compare me to the child. That's gross. So Makwa has only seen this version of JUHEE, huh? Would she have been sweet to me if I was wearing girls' clothes like a normal girl when we first met? So I'm gonna assume JUHEE's hatred of men comes from like men mistreating her when she was young. Like, that's gotta be it. Would she have been soft to me like she is to Makwa or Sayeon? Can't imagine that. Shook my head after thinking of nonsense. Okay, off we go. Oh my god, I forgot how pretty your house is. Oh, hello, Leader Kong. Hi. Oh god. Oh, you two came without any notice. What a nice surprise. And we went to Leader Kong. Leader Kong noticed Woosung hiding somewhere in the distance and gave a sign with her eyes. Of course she saw him. And when she said, you too, she spread one more finger and only showed it to me. I was more conscious about JUHEE's all her little behaviors. I got worried that she might blush her face or change her attitude as soon as she sees Leader Kong. My heart was beating fast out of anxiety. But JUHEE was just looking at Leader Kong indifferently. How can you look at her indifferently? Are you always here? Well, since I work here and live here, I'm mostly here. I didn't miss the implied you, dumbass. Why do you ask? Never mind. If it makes you uncomfortable for you to come to my Songdan alone, you want me to come to that shop from before every often, or I can have one of my servants wait there anytime. What are you talking about? I didn't say I would come here. Even though I'm listening to their conversation, I had no idea what they were talking about. What is that shop from before, and why is JUHEE coming to this Songdan? That shop from before? When I got lost in thought, JUHEE took my sleeve. Hurry! Let's go! Let's just get Makwa's cloth and go. Huh? We have to wait for her servant to bring the cloth to us. She sent her servant and he hasn't come back yet. Well then, I'll wait outside. You can come out later when you get it. JUHEE, no, don't leave me alone with her. I'm gonna have incoherent thoughts. JUHEE turned around and stared at Leader Kong angrily and started walking back full of stride. Woo-sung got surprised by JUHEE's sudden change and quickly hid behind a tree. His brim was showing, obviously, but luckily JUHEE didn't notice. I got left alone with Leader Kong all of a sudden, so I got dumbfounded and looked at Leader Kong because what else can you do with a face like that? What did you say to her that made her mad like that? Nothing. The lady just doesn't like me. Leader Kong giggled and covered her mouth. Oh, don't laugh like that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. But Leader Kong seemed too joyous for someone who's being hated. Her eyes were even beaming with mischief. When are they not? Huh. Has she found JUHEE's weakness or something? I think she has. You sneaky little vixen. But her only weakness is that she likes women, or that she's been different lately. But one thing for sure is that Leader Kong was not the one JUHEE has a crush on. Leader Kong wouldn't react like that if that's what Leader Kong knew about JUHEE. I got the cloth from her servant and went out to JUHEE. Okay, bye. Bye. Oh my goodness. Okay. Head is clear now. Oh my god. JUHEE was waiting for me anxiously and then smiled brightly when she saw me. Why are you so late? I waited so long. We were talking so fine with Leader Kong earlier. I told you for the millionth of times, I just don't like her. I just came here because you asked me to come along. I don't even want to look at her. How can you not? Okay. Let's just go back. But then again, different people, different tastes, so I guess fair enough. The things she said were the same as usual, but the way she said was a little weird. She crinkled her eyebrows charmingly and hung on my arm. She should have been angry or shouted, I told you I don't like her. I just don't like her, like the usual. But what is she doing? Is she actually holding my... JUHEE, Jesus, okay. I don't mind, but what the heck? Okay, cool, we're holding hands, kind of, in a weird way. You're holding my arm. What are you doing? JUHEE smiled naturally and looked up at me from up close as if she's always been smiling at me like that, even though she's been most certainly not and we've been fighting from the start. JUHEE's eyes were sparkling. I felt woozy. It feels as though Woo-sung suddenly turned into a slender woman, Mako suddenly acted like a 40-year-old, or Leader Kong's son became the most innocent girl in the world, giggling on the ground. What the fuck? Okay, I get it, that's your way of saying like the world has spun on its head, but really? Okay. Or as though Damo Seoyeon walked on her hands, dancing vigorously at a drink. I did not need that image. Thanks. Stop it. Not my precious Seoyeon. Don't do that to me. Not my baby. What's she doing? Huh? Nothing. Huh. When I looked at Woo-sung, he had his nose in the book. Help. Okay, I guess we're visiting Seoyeon now. Hi, please bring back sanity, please. Why are you making me come all the way here for no reason? Seoyeon only came out of the door of the poshung, but she was so cold to me. Hey, we're friends, why are you being mean? She asked me to stay with her when I was doing the case of the wanted posters the other day, and I rejected her. Oh. Okay, I don't know if it's gonna be an instance of like, no matter who I choose, the other girls are just gonna be like, doomed to forever be in love with me, which is kind of sad, but I mean like, JUHEE seemed okay after I like pursued Seoyeon, and Leader Kong just like seemed resigned to let me go because I stayed on the island with Seoyeon. But now Seoyeon seems like upset that I rejected her from before. So I don't know if all the girls are just doomed to like be forever in love with me and like just be like okay with me being happy with someone else, or if it's just gonna be Seoyeon that's like forever like doomed to that, in which case that's so sad, but hey, we're friends, don't be mean. So I rejected her, right, because in this life I'm going after JUHEE. I think she's been colder to me ever since then. Oh no. Oh no, she is doomed to forever have feelings for me. Oh no, Seoyeon, I want us to learn to be friends, please. I actually like you as a person and I want to keep you in my life, please. I left Seoyeon alone for JUHEE, but I'm the one she's blaming. I gave a sigh and looked back. JUHEE was just smiling brightly. She went up close to Damo and said sorry, holding her hands. I feel like you wanted to ask me something the other day when you looked at me, but I noticed it too late. No, I'm sorry for the trouble. Is it now? She noticed it too late? Asking something? Sorry? I can't even keep up with these two anymore. Now that I see it, JUHEE was making secrets with all these women. I guess, or she has a life outside of you, jeez. She was out and about with Makwa alone the other day, yeah, because she's a child and they're friends, and she talked about some weird things with Leader Kong. Okay, any conversation with Leader Kong is gonna be weird. And now she's talking about something that only she and Damo know. I mean, at this point, Woo-sung and I were the stupid ones who just simply thought she had a crush on someone. Maybe she has a crush on 3 women at the same time. Okay, no. For the last time, Makwa is a child, and that is not a thing. Damo and Leader Kong, though, plausible. But like, if I was like figuring this out myself, I'd still say it's only really Soyeon because she cannot stand Leader Kong. So, Mr. Hisu, why did you want to stop by the Poshung on the way back at the tavern? I barely came to my senses when JUHEE asked me a question. It's just, well, I just wanted to know if you got in trouble for just barging into Sangwon Kim's house the other day. Oh, that's right, I made her do that. I'm sorry. Can we just please be friends at the very least? I didn't. Okay, good. Take care. JUHEE turned around quicker than Soyeon. Oh, bye. I'm sorry. Can we please make up with her, please? I just want us to at least be friends. This is so, Soyeon, I'm sorry. Let's just go back home if you're done. JUHEE's indifferent face was not the face of a girl who has a crush on Soyeon at all. I purposely came to Soyeon last. If she's even indifferent to Soyeon, then who is it? Oh god, I'm so dense, but then again, I'm also operating under the assumption that it's only women. What if it's neither of them? Then I thought of someone who I don't even want to think about the possibility. What if JUHEE has a crush on... Okay, why would it be Jumo? We're gonna save really quick though, even in case though, just in case I get the bad ending. Because we don't want the badness on this route. Someone else. It can't be Jumo. It can't be. While I was shaking my head in confusion, JUHEE shouted next to me as if she just found something. Isn't that Mr. Woo-sung there? Oh, that's right, my brother's been following us like a fucking weirdo. When I turned around as she said that, I could see Woo-sung hiding behind the tree reading a book. Half his shoulder was showing, so he didn't seem like he was sticking out at all. Well, I guess it looks good as a casual, I guess. JUHEE looked around and kicked the rock towards Woo-sung. Hey, he's your brother too, easy. Woo-sung freaked out and started running towards the other side as soon as he realized he got busted. Where are you going? JUHEE shouted, but Woo-sung didn't even look back. Oh, my dumbass brother, oh my god. What? Why is he standing on a spot like that? Has he always been like that? Huh? Oh, he really liked trees since he was little. Some bullshit excuse. Tell him not to do that. People might think he's... People might think he's... That word. We're just not gonna say that word. Okay. I'm gonna say that was a bad translation. JUHEE retorted coldly, just like she used to do. Oh, there she is. I was so glad that I almost raised both my arms. Now she came back to normal. Then JUHEE got stunned even before she finished her sentence, as if she made a mistake. Then she started smiling again like she's high on some weird medicinal herbs. I'm just saying it because I'm worried. You know that, right? No. Go back. Hey, stop. Do not change yourself just for someone you like. Stop that. I know you're doing it as an evil plan, but stop it. JUHEE folded her hands together and shook her shoulders as if she was trying to look cute. First of all, she already looks cute. She doesn't have to try. Second of all, what are you doing? I was thinking I wish I could punch those shoulders, but I didn't say it out loud. Oh my god. So violent, both of you. Better get slapped than deal with this. Well, she was considering it, and then you weren't wealthy, so... What is happening? And I immediately regretted thinking that as soon as it got dark. I hate you so much. Because JUHEE actually slapped me? Hey, what? Hey, why are you hitting me? This is not how you hit on someone. You don't literally hit them. Why did you hit me? What the hell are you doing? What? No. If this is your way of like, oh, I'm gonna be flirty and friendly, and then all of a sudden, turning away. Oh my goodness. Stop. That's not how you... Okay, first of all, it's a stupid idea to begin with. Second of all, I'm pretty sure that's not... Okay, whatever. What the fuck? All right, I'm gonna leave that one here because what the hell just happened to me? What are you doing, JUHEE? What? I'm so confused. Well, not really, because I know what she's doing, but the way she's going about it, what? I don't know how we're gonna fix this misunderstanding or what, because at this point, like, she's just gonna keep following bad advice. I'm gonna keep getting more confused. I honestly don't know how we're gonna fix this, so thank you so much if you somehow got through that hot fucking mess. Like, comment, subscribe, it really does help me out. Until next time, bye. What is wrong with you, JUHEE? What the hell?